Welcome to UCLA and to Royce Hall. I'm Jaime Balboa, Assistant Dean of Undergraduate Education. Thank you so much for coming together during these unprecedented times to celebrate our graduates of the class of 2021. We are honoring the achievements of the bachelor's and master's degree recipients from the College of Letters and Science, the UCLA International Institute, the Samueli School of Engineering, the Alpert School of Music, and the School of Theater, Film, and Television. Before we begin, the leadership of these ceremonies at UCLA acknowledges our presence on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Gabrielino and Tongva peoples. I want to remind everyone how much we want this event to be a success. For that to happen, we must observe several safety precautions. I can see that wherever possible, you are seated at a distance from people outside of your households. Thank you. I can see that everyone is wearing a mask correctly, with it covering both the nose and mouth. Your mask must remain in place every moment that you are inside this beautiful building. Now, this is an unusual one. I ask that you avoid making any loud sounds that would ordinarily come from your mouth or nose. We weren't allowed to include singing as a part of this event because of COVID rules, so please keep in mind why. Most important of all, I ask that you think about how proud you are of your graduates here with us today, and how much that graduate wants you to be healthy and safe and a part of their life for a very long time. So please sit apart from each other, keep your mask on, and avoid yelling, singing, or other potentially hazardous vocalizing. Clapping, however, is strongly encouraged. Please turn your cell phones at this time, turn them off, or at least make sure they're on vibrate. We encourage you to take photos or videos from your seats, but please do not stand in the aisles because we cannot block the aisles during the ceremony. Family and friends of our graduates, I am very proud to present the class of 2021. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the Dean of Humanities, David Schaberg.
Thank you, Jaime. Families, friends, faculty, and staff who've come together to celebrate, I'm honored to address these outstanding graduates of the class of 2021. I want you to know how proud I am as Dean of Humanities to be here at this recognition of your achievement. Your victories are our community's victories, and they haven't come easily. Such accomplishments are the product of time and energy, dedication, and passion. What you committed to your education brought you to this extraordinary moment, and I'm grateful to be able to share it with you. You're graduates from the #1 public university in the country, and your arrival at this moment is an inspiration. Our auditorium today is full of your fans, and trust me, this won't be the first time. I mean, it will be the last time you hear a round of applause because you've done something extraordinary. Take this moment of joy as an antidote to the challenges of life. Each one of us knows what it's like to feel alone in the silence of doubt, when we need to hear the sound of encouragement. I see each of you in the future remembering to support those among us who need to be lifted up by the power of your kind words or praise, and perhaps at a moment when you least feel you have this to give. So let today serve as a reminder of how we have the power to summon our collective strength to raise everyone higher. You will act on the impulse to enrich the lives of those around you. Be an agent for positive change. Make the world a better place. We need you to make this world better. Take pride in your lifelong journey of lifting, for when we reach out to others, our hearts become stronger by becoming more open and more compassionate. Now, as much as we might want everything to work out perfectly, there will be times when an obstacle blocks our path. Something, perhaps the strangest person or idea or thing, will obstruct your progress toward an important goal. It's part of life. You've experienced this situation before. Remember, you overcame the challenges of learning remotely at UCLA, and who saw that coming, along with a global pandemic? You persisted when facing the distractions of home life and choppy internet connections for your Zoom classroom. The tenacity you showed during those circumstances makes me confident in your ability to persevere, no matter what happens. You'll be able to step back if you need to and reflect on your values, on what matters the most. You'll consider why you persisted and why you're here today. And this knowledge and these skills you developed at UCLA will empower you to soar in the months and years ahead. You'll create something new, something that hasn't been seen or heard before. And there will be positive change and hope. I'm confident of that. I ask you to lead the transformation that our world needs by becoming mentors. Mentorship is a generosity of spirit that brings everyone forward, both those who receive it and those who offer it to others. Be the mentors we need in our community, the mentors who build bridges for, rather than build walls against, those who may be struggling to cross over. We give ourselves a precious reward when providing advice and support as valued mentors. And may I share with you that it's also an extraordinary joy to be in the position of mentor, to have the trust and respect and care of a person in trying to bring them forward in the way we're talking about. That's something you've learned at UCLA through the experience of giving and receiving mentorship, and I hope you'll take it with you as one of the central values that you take from UCLA. Never be shy about turning to someone who has gone ahead and made it back, someone who can tell you what might be just beyond the horizon, because even mentors need mentors. I'm grateful for all the professors, advisors, staff, fellow students, family, and friends who brought each of us here today because we needed them on our journey. Let's just pause for a moment and thank those people, both the ones who are here with us today and also the ones who are not. Let's revel in joy and gratitude. And with a round of applause, maybe, too. Gratitude to all of the people who helped you to be here and helped us to be here for you. After leaving UCLA, look for the people in your life who helped to make you a better version of yourself. Surround yourself with the people who persuade you not to linger in self-doubt. The mentors, colleagues, and friends you seek in the years to come will help you remember who you are and inspire you to be who you want to be. This moment we share right now fulfills your hours of sacrifice when it would have been easier not to push yourself so hard. It's the evidence that you've completed the most difficult courses you needed to take, and in the end, nothing defeated you. You belong at UCLA, and you make UCLA an acclaimed institution because of your strength, your voices, your intelligence, and your determination to succeed. Once this day has passed, I ask you to imagine it every now and then. Treasure it in your imagination. Keep it for yourself. Savor it. This stage, the seat you're sitting in, the mask you're wearing, the robes you're wearing, the beautiful people who are with us today in both body and in spirit, the people who love you. Carry this moment with you and touch on it in your mind and in your heart when you need it the most. Give yourself the chance to live in this moment again completely. May this moment give you strength when you need it the most. This is the time when we're celebrating you in your achievement and in the moment of your transition to another phase of achievement. And we're all focused on this moment of completion and a new beginning for you. Today's a life story highlight, and I ask each of you to share your personal narrative with those who need to hear it from you. Practice a genuine compassion for yourself, and at the same time, extend that compassion to a world that might not entirely understand you or your story. Be patient about that. Know that those who offer the most are often misunderstood because the gifts they bear defy the odds. Know that whatever you're doing, wherever you are, the people around you will be inspired by you to grow and to change, and they'll recognize you because of who you are and all that you've gained from your experience as a Bruin. Every day ahead of you might not be perfect, but enough of them will be as perfect as they need to be because each one comes with the promise of a tomorrow. And I'm confident that you'll make our tomorrow remarkable. I celebrate with great joy the opportunity to share this moment with you. And so, class of 2021, congratulations and go Bruins! Now it's my pleasure to introduce a member of the class of 2021, Isabel Tweet. Isabel graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Psychobiology, with college honors, and the Chancellor's Service Award. Please welcome Isabel.
If we're to live up to our own time, then victory won't lie in the blade, but in all the bridges we've made. That is the promise to Glade, the hill we climb. When I first shared Amanda Gorman's words with the class of 2021, I took comfort in her reassurance that my future as an alumni would be defined by the bridges I made while in attendance at UCLA. I now realize that this conception was incomplete, and I did not give credit to the bonds formed well past graduation. I am now a medical student at Western University, and I have been greatly humbled by my first month of intense curriculum. During this difficult transition, I was relieved to find Bruins as fellow classmates. After just 24 hours on campus, I had 3 of their phone numbers saved in my phone. We'd never met before. We graduated in different years. We were in different majors then, and we're pursuing different specialties now. But we're all Bruins, looking for support in one of the most difficult transitions of our lives. In building these bridges, I was reminded again of Amanda Gorman's words, and I would like to reflect on her message once more again here today. At this year's inauguration of the 45th president, Amanda Gorman reminded us of the hill so many Americans face. It may be silly, but as she spoke to me, as she spoke to all of us, I could not help but think back to that first day. That first day we took the responsibility of climbing the hill here at UCLA. Looking back at that first day, I see sweaty siblings shouldering mattress toppers. I see anxious parents swollen with pride and photos of embarrassed freshmen. I see us, Bruins, with no idea that the following years would bring a global pandemic, a gymnastics championship, and our greatest challenge yet, duo mobile. While Gorman herself did not attend UCLA, her insights should speak to all of us. Particularly, she calls upon us to live up to our own time and use the education and tools we have been given to do so. As she alludes to the importance of identity, I think we should reflect on how ours have been shaped and shifted here at UCLA. Here we were asked not only who we want to be, but who we are. I think many of us struggled with the latter as we tried to differentiate between the body society sees and the self we want to expose. Thankfully, UCLA provided us with the space to be vulnerable and explore the identity we wish to show the world. With this realization, though, comes a responsibility. You see, our professors and peers did not merely guide and educate to provide self-discovery. Instead, it is our duty to use our identity to do good and make a difference. Graduation and final exams are in no way the last steps up the hill. No, they are merely beginnings. Beginnings as the world receives us, as prepared and true Bruins. It is our duty to continue building those bridges Gorman alludes to, the bridges our ancestors and fellow UCLA alumni sought to forge for a more united, strong, and connected future. It is our duty to not only continue these legacies, but to seek out new connections and bridges that demand to be made. These new bridges should be built with a certain kindness, a certain love for communion and the people, cultures, and ideas they will connect. These new bridges should rest on a foundation of an ever-growing understanding of the mistakes and faults of our past. We have that obligation. We have that obligation to UCLA, future generations, and to ourselves. I stand here uncertain of many things. I think we all do. But I take comfort in Gorman's advice and the new identity I have formed here at UCLA. Most importantly, I take comfort in knowing that we are climbing this next hill together. Thank you.
When you became Bruins, one of your rites of passage was to uphold our true Bruin values of respect, accountability, integrity, service, and excellence. As alumni, you're Bruins for life, and you remain an important part of our extended community. I now want to share with you UCLA's principles of community, which are published with our mission statement. I'll read several of these principles to you, and then I'll ask you to make a pledge with me to uphold them as you join other communities around us, communities that will find their greatest success because you, as a Bruin, are part of them. I quote, "We believe that diversity is critical to maintaining excellence in all of our endeavors. We seek to foster open-mindedness, understanding, compassion, and inclusiveness among individuals and groups. We're committed to ensuring freedom of expression and dialogue in a respectful and civil manner on the spectrum of views held by our varied and diverse campus communities. We acknowledge that modern societies carry historical and divisive biases, and we seek to promote awareness and understanding through education and research, and to mediate and resolve conflicts that arise from these biases in our communities. Silently, please join me in this pledge. We will commit together to uphold these principles of community in Westwood and in our communities beyond. Thank you. Now, with the first row of graduates, please stand and begin your approach to the stage. Graduates, we recognize you today for your individual achievements, and we present you as UCLA graduates to your family and friends. The graduates will cross our stage and pause for a photo. Please do keep your mask on the entire time you're on stage. We have lovely photos from outside. Thank you. May our recognition of your accomplishments commence.
Cho Dean Miller. Isabel Marie Tweet. Eric Michael Bellotta. Hershita Sarambale. Noor Javidi. Christy Wong. Lily Gutierrez. William Liu. Nika Mel Abad Ruelos. Kaylin J. Cron. Ava Marie Cazares. Carolyn Hu. Vincent Chang. Hadley Erica Piper. Quinn Everett Birch. Ray Chen. Maria Becerra. Carrie Lee. Justin Jarrow. Audie Liu.
Thank you all, and congratulations from me to you. In the spring of 2021, the Chancellor conferred your degrees, and at this time I want to revisit that moment with an acknowledgement of his words. More than anything, the Chancellor hoped that your experience at UCLA has opened up some windows on the world for you and leaves you yearning to know more. Your experience at UCLA is just the beginning of a life of continuing discovery, and the skills that you've acquired here, in and outside of the classroom, will serve you well in this rapidly changing world. When we gathered here today, perhaps your tassel was on the left, which is correct. If it isn't, please take this opportunity to turn your tassel, if you have one, while we listen to UCLA's alma mater, Hail to the Hills of Westwood. Guests, please remember that you must remain seated until the graduates have exited Royce Hall. Family and friends, we're grateful that you have joined us today and that you've played such important roles in the success of your graduates. I'll leave you with the words of John Wooden. Success is never final. Failure is never fatal. It's courage that counts. Congratulations, and go Bruins.